Hello, my kings and queens. How are you doing? I'm back with yet another video. I told you we're gonna have a marathon party. We're gonna party to the crack of dawn. We're gonna party as it's microwave butter popcorn. But getting to the point, what I like to say is, remember, this could be a short video of what I was telling you the other day about not to give your spot to any man um, when you get in the ladies, because we live in a competitive world. Don't give your number two if you're the second best in the ladies' eyes. Don't get that number two to a beta, to a nice guy, because they'll take your spot in a heartbeat. People, they would do anything for your spot. There's men who don't know what to say with women, and you do. Even though you don't get the results, even though you always have to work a little harder and smarter than the alpha male or the ladies man or the roughnecks. Uh, but it's better than nothing. It could be a lot worse. You could be shorter. You could not know what to say. You can not speak. You could not hear. But God wake you up in your right frame of mind and let you see another day. You are blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. Even though you might not have the ladies right now, but if you stick to it, you can get the ladies instead of murmur and complain. Be grateful for what you have instead of what you don't have. And this represents being second best or number two in the ladies' eyes. This represents kind of in the age category. Even if you're in your mid to late 30s into your 40s, you can still be the second best in the ladies' eyes. Even if the ladies might try to test you and think that you're too old, or she may say, "Why should I pick you as the older guy versus the younger guy?" You can say, I might be older, but I am extra grown. You want to be with extra grown man? I could show you or a thing or two. So while the dudes in their 20s are grown, I am extra grown, or I'm certified grown, or I'm officially grown, stamped on me, notarized as officially grown man. You'd have to ask for my ID or anything. I'll get you to the club, anything as a full grown man. See, you could word it any way you want. So please don't relinquish your spot if she finds you as a friend zone, or she think that you can't do anything for her, that you're not enough. But you are enough. You gotta know that way before she knows that. You understand? So this is if you're in your 30s, 40s. This is if you're 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. I know people say enough of that smiling. This is my video and I do what I want to do. But seriously though, I was just, don't let the ladies steal your joy, because if you give men, not only are you giving men your number two spot, you giving the ladies the number two spot. So you make it easy for the men and the ladies. It's similar to you being on a standby. Let's say you going to a show. Let's say you going to a show, but then the host says that you have to wait because people book the show. If they cancel, then you can go to the show. See, it's better enough than say, "Oh boy, how come I gotta wait? How come I just can't go to the show?" There should be space around somewhere. If you go with that mentality, that's where you might have a tough time. And I don't want to hit you as a ton of bricks. I don't want you being for a rude awakening. It's similar to you complaining, but the lady said you just gotta wait a little bit longer, just a couple minutes, couple hours, or just wait an extra date longer. I said, why do I have to wait? You don't let the Chad Pookie Ray wait. It's not fair. I'm not gonna wait. So, in other words, the reason I say not to have this mentality, because then you take yourself out of the game. Once again, don't associate yourself with the ladies. And remember, instead of letting the ladies string you along, lead you on, it's better to get it out the way. It's better to get figure out if she find you attractive, if she find you as a friend zone, if she rejects you. You got that out the way. You go to the next lady. See, because facing your fear, being courageous, being fearless, that's attractive. That's more attractive than you being friend zone with ladies and thinking that she's gonna change your mind, but you know that she take advantage of you, but you keep on going with it, and that's on you. Now that'll be on her if she's playing games and act right. She's playing games. She's manipulating you, and thinking that you have a chance. But she keep on giving you mixed signals. She's giving you traffic lights. She's giving you red colors, yellow colors, and green colors. Or it's similar to Shy Guy Says or Mario Party, where she wave the white flag and the red flag. See, you don't need that headache where she's changing the colors as if she's a Christmas tree, or change the flags as if she's Shy Guy at Mario Party, the Mario Party game. You don't need that. That's why you gotta know how to discern and distinguish, differentiate. If uh, she like you, if she give you mixed signals, if she's friends on you, because when she friends on you, that's mixed signals on steroids. That's the red, the yellow, the green color. That's the red flag. That's a white flag. She's giving you all the signs instead of taking you home. You don't need that. She want to give you the signs. Learn sign language. Look how bold I'm speaking. But this is serious stuff. You can say, I don't speak sign language, so please don't waste my time. Do to somebody else who speaks sign language, not to me. I don't have time for sign language. And no disrespect to sign language. I love those who speak sign language. So always wanted to learn. But it's just a metaphor. It's not a literal thing. So remember, you being number two, you being the alpha gentleman, not the alpha male, not that right, not the alpha male, but your alpha gentle man or alpha gentle male. That's similar to you having second row seats or third row seats as the alpha gentleman to a basketball game or football game. But the alpha male always has the first row seats, but you're right next to them or right you're close. You still have a good view. I say, oh, it's not fair. How come I can't have the front row seats? How come I always have to have the second or third row seats? Once again, it's better than nothing. You got to start somewhere. So if you give your number two spot, you might as well. It's similar to Bill Gates used to be the richest guy in the world, but Warren Buffett was the second richest guy in the world. You think he was going to give up his billions of dollars because he wasn't the richest guy in the world? No. So when you give your number two spot to anybody because of how frustrating and annoying it is when a person delays because she's not treating you the same way as the other dudes, as she does the other dude, then you might as well give your fortune. If you're the second richest man in the world, you might as well give your cars, your house, your identity away for that matter. Not saying literally do that. I'm just, once again, this is just a figure of speech, analogy. You know how I am the analogy king. So remember, you have a little taste of being an alpha male. You have a little taste of being a gentleman. God built you this way for a reason, to put it all together. You can relate to the alpha male and the gentleman. You're the middle man. You're the center of attention. You make it happen. You might not be the life of the party all the time, but you're the center of attention by still commanding and demanding a lot of attention. Remember, you're still the runner-up. You can call yourself Mr. Honorable Mention, Mr. Runner-up, where you get worth the recognition, where you still get the tribute. You may not get all the rewards, but you get a tribute. You get a shout out. And if you stick to it, the ladies will give you a shout out. They'll give you a tribute. I say he may not be the best, but I respect him because he's courageous, he's fearless, he's confident. He doesn't care about what people think as being the second best or the third best. So I like him, I respect him, and I will give him a chance, and I will let my female friends know to give him a chance too. I'm gonna put a good word in for you. So if you keep your head up high, then the females, they will work with you and want to help you out, and they'll put in a good word for you. See, they'll make it easy for you. But if you be all bitter and hold grudges and murmur and complain, then they gonna say sorry, or I don't care. Let me go to my macho man. I'm not wasting time with a dude who's supposed to be the second best acting or bent out of shape. I don't have time for this. So it's similar to the alpha male dude and the alpha gentleman dude. Yeah, it's birthday's around the same time. His birthday might be first, and your birthday might be 2 or 3 days later. You say, well, why is his birthday first and my birthday's not the same day as his? That's not fair. This is messed up. This is some baloney stuff. This is some bull stuff. This is some baloney stuff. So remember, even though the alpha male might be a top 10 guy, but you can still hold your own as, no, even though the alpha male is the top one guy, the top tier guy, but you can still hold your own as a top 10. You understand? He might be a 99, but you can still hold your own as a 90 or 95%. You got it? Therefore, what I'm basically saying is that the Alpha Man might be Batman, but you could still be Robin. You could still be the sidekick. Or the dude might be The Rock, you could still be Stone Cold. Or the dude might be Biggie, you could be Tupac. Or the other dude could be Tupac, you could be Biggie. And remember, the dude might be one exhibit A, you could be one exhibit B. And one exhibit B means one best. You didn't think of it like that, didn't you? Or one better, or one brave, or one bright, or one brilliant. Now, the other two might be one A for one alpha, one academic, for one athletic. But you see how I had more adjectives for the one B than the one A. What I'm saying is you can still reach your peak at one B, or as the second best if you're in your 30s or 40s. See, because for one A, that could be for dudes in their 20s or 30s, but you can still get a lot of ladies in your 30s or 40s. It's not over. If you're in your 30s or 40s, look at it as you have 3 to 5 years to make impressions with the ladies. Oh, another thing too is if you're doing an interview with the ladies too, if there's two pretty ladies, one is a 10 out of 10, the other one is 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. Both of them are pretty. One is beautiful, the other one is pretty. But lesson be learned, you gotta make sure both of the ladies is included because if you exclude the the lady who's just pretty, who's just an 8 out of 10 or 8.5 out of 10, if she feel excluded, then she's going to enter she's going to end or cancel the interview because she felt left out. So try your best to make her feel included. But the thing that I'm saying is if the 10 out of 10 lady says, I need a man to pick me up. I'm not a short man who can't do anything for me. She might not say it, but she implied. But then you can say, I can pick you up. But then if the friend is about to end the interview, you can say, I could pick both of you up. I have both of my guns. Or you say I might not be a 6 something in height, but what I lack in height, I make up in other areas. If you know what I mean. So if she said I need a man to pick me up, you can say, well, I can pick you and your friend up at the same time. I can sweep both of y'all off your toes if you let me, and then the other friend will be included. Then she won't end the interview and she won't block you or she won't right lady block you or home block you. If you have a interview question where you ask the ladies what they look for in a man, if she says talk dark and handsome, you could say, well, look out, uh, move out the way, uh, George Clooney and Johnny Depp, because there's a new tall dark and handsome in town and his name is me and more me. You say, well, I'm gonna change the game for the tall dark and handsome and put me in the mix. Or you could say, I might not be tall, dark, and handsome, but I'm tall, dark, and good looking. Or you could say, I'm tall, chocolate, and handsome, or tall, chocolate, and good looking. So you say, I'm going to flip the script. You say, I'm going to change the way when we look at tall, dark, and handsome by putting me in a picture with George Clooney and Johnny Depp. Because for my technical beings, I know people refer to tall, dark, and handsome as the Mediterranean, um, the pretty boys from Greece and Italy. Once again, being number two is a new cool. Being number two is a new rule. In other words, even if you're number two, the ladies they'll occasionally break the rules for you. They may break the rules for the number one guy more, but they'll break the rules for you too if you know how to sell yourself, if you know how to flirt occasionally, if you are funny, if you're witty, if you're charming, if you're charismatic, if you're mature about it. And another way to break the ice too is if you see a pretty lady, at 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, you can say, are you today's temperature? Because if she says no, you can say, that's too bad because you are hot to me. Just use it and see what happens. But you gotta stick to it and follow through it. Once again, you can say, "Are you today's temperature?" If she says no, you can say, "That's too bad because you're hotter than the sun to me." And if you say hi to a lady and she gave you a funny look or the stare, you can say, "You could look at me that way, but I still find you pretty, and there's nothing you can do about it. Or you still pretty, there's nothing you can do about it. I'm glad I waved to you. I'm glad I said hello. I'm glad I said what I said." And remember, if the lady try to be technical by saying, well, you're not tall, dark, and handsome, you can say, well, I'm tall, dark, chocolate, and handsome. Or I'm tall, dark, chocolate, and good looking. So if you try to be technical or gaslight or manipulate, you just stick to your guns. You could do so if you are talking to two ladies. Now, they keep going back and forth 2 or 3 times, then you leave them be. But as I always tell you, to say what you need to say. Or just let them say what they want to say, no matter how pretty they are. Because you have a mind too. You have a voice. You have a brain. You have a heart. Then use it. Because the reason I say that, because you are selling yourself as the second best guy in town, basically. You understand? Don't let the second best go to waste. I say you're the second best. So usually you're the co VIMP. You're the code MP. You're the code PIMP. You're the code VIFP. You're the code valedictorian. You're the code leader. You're the code winner. You're the code champion. So remember, you and the lady man, the alpha man, you as the alpha man, you as the chairman, it's similar to your birthday being one day apart. Your birthday might be on Christmas. Your birthday is on Kwanzaa. So yeah, it can't get better than that. Or your birthday might be on New Year's Eve. Your birthday's on New Year's Day. You understand? Please don't sweat over the other dude having a slighter edge because you have a lot of pull. You still have a lot of leverage to your advantage. He might be Batman as the alpha gentleman, but no, he might be Batman as the alpha male, but you are a Superman, Spider-Man as the alpha gentleman. Now remember what I told you. You could be the second best to runner-up without kissing ladies' tails, without compromising, without selling out, without buying her drinks, without uh, buying her food, without taking pictures for her, without doing things for her. I don't mean I'm being second best by doing those things, because then you're being a beta male, you're being a nice guy, you're being a sucker. You can still embrace being the second best without being a pushover or letting the ladies take advantage of you. I'm not saying do so. I'm saying to embrace being second best for you. You're not doing this for her to validate her feelings or validate her decision putting you to second best. You're doing this for yourself until you meet the lady who view you as the best in her eyes. And you gotta know that you're the best. Even though the ladies might put you as the second best or third best, you gotta know that you are the number one. And then God will bless you with a lady or two who sees you as more than the second best or runner-up or the honorable mention. So again, you can still get the girls. You can get people to respect you, like you as the second best, as the co-leader, as a co-captain, as the honorable mention. It's just about what you're gonna do with it. It's about what you make of it. It's about how you take it. Still win awards and accolades and achievements, accomplishment as the second best. And occasionally you might, once again, be number one. But it's all about having fun. you like the wrong dude. So I gotta give up my number two. Here, you take a nice guy. Here, you take it beta. Here, you take it lady. And so in other words, when you give other dudes your number two, who's not worthy of you or who don't deserve of you, you're giving them your power. Don't give the other dudes or the ladies your power. Then you regret it that you want it back because um, you decide to give other people your power, but then it's too late. Because once you give your power away, there's a point of no return. So don't give your number two, don't give your leadership, don't give your honorable mention, don't give your shout out, don't give your recognition to anybody. So being number two, being an honorable mention is something that nobody can take away from you unless you let them do so. You got it? Capiche, capuche, caprende? Okay. So you're not the best, but you are better than nothing. You're better than most. Let's put it that way. You're still in the race. You can still hang out. You can still hold your own. You can still conduct yourself. You can still cover yourself accordingly. You're still sophisticated. You're motivated. You're dedicated. You're educated, and that's just who you are. You're classy. You're sassy when you need to be. You are a little arrogant, but you don't overdo it. You're a little arrogant, but you're academic. You're the best of both worlds. Basically, your personality is a jack of all trade and the master of some, or the master of fun. Let's have fun. Let's go. You might even have more surprises than the alpha male. You might be full of surprises. So once again, you be consistent. You can be even more consistent and have more consistent results than the alpha male, as you as the alpha gentleman. Just give you something to think about. It's your protocol, it's your prerogative, it's your decision, it's your discretion. Just choose wisely, choose your spot wisely. I have no shame in my number two game. I know my role and I am going to embrace it. I know my spot. I have a good spot. It's similar to having a structured view balcony as number two, but the alpha male might have a balcony, but it's not obstructed. It's better than nothing. It's similar to being at a bulwark balcony next to the aqua theater. The alpha alpha dude might have the balcony, uh, the bulwark balcony suite, but you have the boardwalk balcony. The balcony suite might be next to the TV, but your boardwalk balcony, you it's the second to third from the TV. You can still see the TV at 95%, while the other dude might see the TV at 100%. But your view is better than nothing. It's a lot better than nothing, actually. The other dude might be on the alpha man dude might be on Oasis with the purple slide, and you might be on the Allure without the slide. But it's better than nothing. A ship is a ship. In other words, alpha male is alpha male. Even though you're alpha gentleman, you still are alpha male. You're just a little bit more gentle, a little bit more subtle, but you still get it done as an alpha male. You just an alpha male with style. So when I say alpha gentleman, that doesn't mean you're weak or passive or naive or gullible. You just more smooth with it. You're a smooth talker, smooth operator with charisma, with charm. You're Prince Charming. So even though he might be the king, but you are the prince too. And some days he might be the prince and you're the king. Or you might be the king and he might be the emperor. Because sometimes the emperor might be over the king. Or the ladies might give you 100%, but she might give him 110%. But you still pass. So don't look at your spot as a failure, even though you're not at the paramount spot or at the very top spot, but you're near the top. That's the only thing I am saying. So, in other words, you are the alpha male right hand man. How he'll come to you for advice about how to treat these ladies. He may know how to get the ladies, but you know how to treat the ladies. He might get the ladies more than you, but you know how to treat the ladies better than him. He might get more ladies than you as an alpha man. male, but you know how to treat the ladies better than him as the alpha gentleman. You understand? You'll be able to look at both sides. You'll be able to understand women. See, with the alpha man dude, he'll put his foot down and maybe not hear him out. I said, no excuses, don't justify. But see, with you, you'll know the psychology of the woman. You'll be able to look at both sides at the woman and understand why she might overreact as a defense mechanism to make sure that her voice is heard. So she'll overreact by using it as an emotional mechanism or as a feeling mechanism to make sure that she was heard, make sure she was understood. See, so y'all can feed off of each other. It can help you to put your foot down more, and you can help him to see both sides of the story. So you could counsel him, but it could help you to be a little bit more aggressive. You can help him to be more assertive. You can help him be more assertive, help you be more aggressive. So it's a win-win for both of you. It's similar. This is a good example. The best man with Lance. Lance is alpha male 1A, and Tay Diggs, he is alpha male 1B. So Lance is the alpha male, and Tay Diggs, he was the alpha gentleman male. See, you remember how Lance he didn't take no for an answer or no compromise with Lance. Lance was even stubborn, but Tay Diggs was able to counsel him and make him see things in a different way, and even Terrence Howard too. But I'll just stick with. But Terrence Howard, he had a little bit of alpha male and alpha gentleman male, but he's more of an alpha male, similar to Morris Chestnut in The Best Man. See, it doesn't get any better than that. See, all three of those men had the the ladies. They had a lot of ladies that liked them. You know, Morris Chestnut might have a little bit more ladies, but Terrence Howard had a lot of ladies, and Tate Dick had a lot of ladies. So that's what I'm saying. Your spot as African gentleman is just as important and just as special, if not occasionally more important than the alpha male. Because you can see things, you can get revelation and epiphany that the alpha male might overlook. You can see all the details, all the puzzles together by being analytical. Example, that alpha male might come to you being frustrated by saying, usually I'm good with the ladies, but today is not my day. She's giving me a hard time. Why is she doing that? Maybe she just needs a break. Maybe she wants you to show a softer side. Or maybe she wants you to show your gentleman side. I can assist you if you let me. You see what I'm saying? So the alpha gentleman might come to you about lady problems, and you could help them to solve the lady problem. And you can still get the ladies at the same time. So that's why I'm saying it's a win-win for you as an alpha gentleman. You get stuff done. You're the ambassador of the ladies and the gentlemen. You are the representative. You're the love doctor, but you still get the ladies. You don't just help people and they don't. You don't get anything in return. You get something out of it. You don't get the short end of the stick. I think I made my point clear enough. Thanks for listening to me. Please have a blessed day. See you later. Stay blessed. God bless. I will talk to you later. God bless.